Welcome to your daily focus, December the 7th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. We'll start with the numerology, and we have a 7. Well, the 7 is about inviting in beauty into your life. It's about standing in our truth while we understand where we need to surrender, compromise. Definitely about relationships, platonic and romantic. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 15. Letting go of what no longer serves you. Being the phoenix rising out of the ashes, allowing yourself to be reborn, or one part of your life to be reborn or birthed for the very first time ever. 1 plus 5 is a 6. Our health and well-being, definitely. Our routines, mundane. How does it work? How does it not work? What clashes? What flows? And home, family, love. Definitely love. Growing love. Feeling the compassion. Letting down the walls where you don't let it in or you don't give it out. And understanding the why behind it. And take away its power. So you can feel the freedom. The beauty. Sun is in Sagittarius. I think by the time most of us wake up, Moon will move into Aquarius. So it's more about community, working together, team play, thinking outside the box. I think some of the stars and planets up in the sky are not getting along today, so it'll be more of a challenging day for us. I think Mercury and Neptune aren't getting along, so we may not be able to flow our ideas through our communication. There could be conflicts, misunderstandings, misinformation, confusion. Our perceptions can be confused. We may think we can do more than we can actually do. We might allow ourselves to sign up for some things that we might regret down the road. So take it back a step, think it through. Absolutely. I think Mars and Jupiter, too, are duking it out up in the sky. So, yeah, we could definitely be counting our chickens before the eggs hatch, so to speak. Oh, we have a card, and I have to, oh, we got a couple of cards, so. Look at this, the 7 of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So the 7 of Swords tells us to understand what we really need to take forward in our lives. Also, not to overly trust somebody, give our trust away, especially when it's coming to, I would have to say, gossip or kind of cultish kind of talk, things like that. Be very leery if somebody's trying to sell you the bridge for $1. And we could have that feeling of urgency, like we have to move fast. Be careful about being too hasty today. Not with all these planets fighting. We have to take it back. We have to really think about where we're going and if our focus is truly where our focus needs to be, if we're understanding the situations properly, if we're understanding the information that is being given to us or that we are trying to put out. Today is not a day to really put yourself out there on what you want to accomplish and what you want to do. We can definitely bite off more than we can chew here. We'll have that push forward kind of energy with the Knight of Swords. So be very careful about just jumping onto that stallion, raising your sword and yelling charge. There could be pitfalls, there could be bumps in the road, there could be total chaos by you just pushing through. Back it up a little bit. Think it through today. Absolutely. What is best for you? What are your motives behind those steps? Does it lead you to the places that you want to go? Okay. And also be careful about giving things attention that don't really require your attention. So where do we need to surrender? Where do we need to compromise? And where do we need to just keep going forward and letting it work out for itself? Okay, let's see what the cards have to say, shall we? Oh, what's the bottom card? Look at that, the Emperor. It's about making the plan. It's about looking forward. It's about getting the proper information before you really make that plan or find out where there's gaps in your strategy and where you need information, where you need knowledge, where you need clarity before you take those steps. The Emperor doesn't hope and wish and dream. He gets the information he needs, and then he devises a plan. He devises a strategy behind that plan, and then he knows that it's going to materialize, that it's going to manifest, that it's going to become a reality going forward, as good or better than he first imagined. One of our highest diplomats in the deck, also one of our highest intuitives in the deck. So back it up, think it through. Stand firm and strong, but within your truth. The 7 energy, within your truth. Standing in your truth is vitally important then today. Okay. Our first card, look at this, the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is one of our richest guys in the deck. He leans towards the tried and true, but he is okay with new ways of looking, new ways of perceiving, new ways of understanding, doing, becoming. So we have that Aquarius moon that we can tap into where the tried and true works, but what if we gave it a little bit of flair here? What if we change things a little bit over on this side? Then what would it look like? Because this is moving towards our abundance. This is bringing in our abundance. This is planning our abundance. This is once again the strategy of bringing things into being, that goal that you are setting for yourself. A new job, a new house, a new environment, a new relationship, a new habit, a new behavior. And understanding what it's going to really take. And yes, the King of Pentacles does take risks, but it's only educated risks that he will take. Judgment. Judgment is you've been doing what you were supposed to do, having your focus where you needed to be. Or were you off somewhere else? Was something pulling you away from it? This is a time to get refocused. And if you have been taking those steps, this is a time when you can see reward coming in for it. Where you say, okay, I've accomplished this. I'm getting somewhere. I've been pushing forward in this and I haven't seen any results. But all of a sudden, there's the results. There's the miracle. So maybe you've just been saying affirmations every single day, hoping for something, and nothing is shown. And you're like, sure, Tilly, these affirmations work. And all of a sudden, there it is. There it is in front of you. A glimmer of it. Now, are you capable of handling it? What were you asking for? Did you raise your energy to meet that? Or will it dissipate because your energy is still at a lower level? Is that what you need to work on next? Is that your newest goal? And then we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about knowing that we need to step away from what makes us feel secure, what makes us feel safe, what we love to have in our lives. Because until we let go of those things, we can't go forward. And there is a new adventure, opportunity, relationship, way of being, becoming, waiting for you. But you have to let go of certain things in your life in order to bring them into being. You have to clear the clutter of the path. For some of us, it's a person, a relationship, a group of people. Something that we belong to, a team perhaps, joining a new team. That could be on the agenda for today with the energy of the Aquarian. And don't forget the Sag. So the Sag is all about growing our knowledge, our sage wisdom. It's all about stepping into new pathways, new opportunities, new adventures. It's about feeling optimistic about where you're going and who you are now. So we do have that optimism to actually take a step forward, to let go of some things that hold us back, that chain us down. And that's back to the 15 energy. What do we change in our lives in order to step into new energy, new vibrations, and new ways of being and becoming? And it's a think it through kind of day. Don't forget that. Don't just jump into it. Don't say, well, I'm going to do this and get on Amazon and order $5,000 worth of stuff. And then it shows up and you go, ew, it's harder than I thought. I don't want to do this. So, all of a sudden Amazon's not going to take half of it back for whatever reason. And you're stuck with the pile of junk now in your mind, and you're trying to sell it on a Facebook site or something just to recoup some of your losses in that wacky idea of yours. We have to, yes, embrace the wacky idea, but then back up and think realistically, can I do this? Is it feasible? Can I do these steps in order to obtain? Maybe I should start small. I'll just take a bite. I won't just put the whole thing in my mouth. Let's get an affirmation card. A mantra card. What's your mantra today? What's your affirmation? Like the Judgment card says, if you haven't been doing affirmations, if you haven't been thinking about your goals, if you haven't been rolling up your sleeves and getting to work at some of your goals, chances are you're not going to see any rewards. Now's the time to start. It's the wake-up call. But if you have been doing those things, expect those miracles to happen. Expect things to become clear. You have an understanding and clarity that you didn't have before, a knowing. It's going to help you make the right decisions and the right steps the first time forward. Oh my gosh, this deck is just like, take us all. Memories, cherish memories of loved ones. Sometimes if somebody has passed and you really sit there and reflect on your life with them, the piece of their heart that they shared with you and you shared with them, they can actually come in and give you messages. It might be just a hello. It might be a warm embrace. It might ignite a thing that you were going to do together or did do together. And it moves you into a different energy. So pay attention. Pay attention, sit back. Today for a small meditation for 5 minutes. Try and connect. And trust me when I say you have connected, even though you may not feel it. Talk to them as if they are there. Tell them to speak louder if you can't hear them. I'm serious. Tell them to speak louder if you can't hear them. Tell them to send you a sign. A dime on the side of the road. A random person giving you a flower. Memories. Aren't we making... it's just amazing when you have a memory. It's usually a memory that you weren't expecting to create. You had no idea that the next 30 seconds of your life was going to create a memory so cherished. It'd just blow you away. So get ready for those things to happen in your life. Create those memories. Sometimes when we lose someone dear to us, it leaves an everlasting void. And we lose our personal sense of peace. You may be one of the many who believe your loved ones are still around. You may be one of the many who believe your loved ones are still around and you want to strengthen your connection with them. And you can do this, as there is more going on behind the veil of God than meets the eye. You will experience visits in many different ways. Oh, could it be a dream? Absolutely. A familiar smell, a nudge, a white feather. This is just them saying hello. Everyone has time to return home to heaven. The mantra is, my loved ones are well cared for in heaven. So it really is about thinking of those cherished memories, of making contact. So whether waking or sleeping, take a few moments though and just think of somebody. And tell them that you love them and you miss them. And talk about a time that you spent together, a memory, a cherished memory. Ask them for help on your path. And don't worry if you don't feel anything. They are still there. It's very hard for such a high vibration to come into this lower energy and materialize into anything that we can recognize. But they do show up. They're there. And please don't think otherwise. Please don't think otherwise. I have witnessed it so many times in my personal life, helping others. Witness it. It's just, they're there. Okay, our animals, look at this. The horse is back with freedom. That 5 energy, our yearly energy of giggles and laughter and happiness and joy, and how to bring that into our lives, not just momentarily, but consistently, each and every day. And yes, we will have some days that just suck. That's being human. But when we can bring in the joy a little easier each and every time, what a difference it'll make. Freedom, transformation, free spirit, move, courage. The secret of happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage. Horse has a powerful message to share with you in regards of your time of transformation and newfound freedoms. Sometimes it's easier to sit in your fuzzy PJs and hope that life will change. Yet you continue to allow yourself to be shackled away from your true spirit and soul. Horse tells you it's time to dream and dream big. It may be time to make changes within your current relationships, whether romantic or platonic. It could be that you feel stifled by your current career choice. Freedom doesn't mean you give up your entire life. It means to allow yourself to disconnect from the anchors tied around you. Gee, what was that? The 15 energy, right? We were talking about that in the numerology. Okay, I was thinking, I don't think we had a card for that. We didn't. It was in the numerology. It takes courage, and the end result will definitely be a very positive one for you. Spend time in nature, taking in the feel of the wind in your hair, breathe in nature's goodness, just be. Just a few moments of solitude each day can allow your soul to reboot and clear itself from life's toxicities, freeing it in order to see the proper path. Horse could also mean it's time for you to move house locations into the country. So maybe it's a time for you to move into a whole new environment of flowers and birds and wildlife and trees and no neighbors for miles. Maybe it's time for you to just drive down a country road. Maybe if you're trying to re-spark that romance, you can just, and I saw this on an ad or something. It was for something, rekindling a relationship. And I just thought it was a great idea. So I'm going to share it with y'all now. They only gave us one, so I guess I have to invest if I want to get the other ones. But this one is for date night. Just drive to a remote place in the evening on a beautiful night. Turn on your headlights, open up the doors of the car, crank the radio full blast, your favorite music, and get out and dance with each other. Who knows? Bring a bottle of wine and a bottle of sparkling water for the driver. Some cheese, some crackers. Who knows? Make a night of it. Throw a blanket on the beach. Can't do it here. It's freezing here. I'd have to wear my mittens and my hat if I wanted to do it. But it sounds like just, a very cheap, inexpensive way of just having a beautiful date night together. So rekindling love, definitely with the, what was it? The 7 energy is definitely about growing relationships, bringing in beauty, harmony. And then we have our freedom card, telling us to dream big, to stop sitting there and just hoping that our world will change, but proactively going after our desires, our wants, our needs, our goals, our successes that we will be celebrating down the road. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.